I'm going to hold this piece of paper up. I just want the camera to come closer. And I'm going to ask the viewers a question.
Oh, we all believe you or not.
No, 1 second, please. No, I want the viewers to. No, 1 second. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you've got his address out there, and you can see 15% shareholder. This is for this company, Rhiti Sports. Now, he says, now later they give a press release in which they say the payments were cleared in April 2013. There were certain outstandings. We owed certain outstanding. In lieu of the outstanding, we gave him shareholding. He cleared the payment and we transferred it back to the owner in 26th on 20. Now, I'm not even getting into the question. This is registrar of companies, this original paper. I'm not even getting into the question of the short period of 1 month for which the stakes were transferred to Dhoni, which some people will say raises eyebrows over why there's need for such an arrangement. I'm not getting into that. I am saying what on earth is going on here, Latika? That maybe there is, 1 sec, please. The question is, we are like this only. Latika, I want you to respond to what, Diana Adalji said. When I gave the example, if Latika were to be captain and director of Collage Sports Match, she said it's okay, that's the way it is now. This is a modern practice.
No. First of all, Globo Sport, when she's comparing it with Mahesh Bhupati's outfit is primarily tennis coaching and then taking careers forward, because those are single sportsmen. It's not a team sport. There's a lot of guidance required in terms of tournaments and coaching and where you need to go and all of that, and that's a lot. And IMG models, football clubs, etc., they all take a percentage of the income out of the sport. The thing in the management companies in India is this is all income that is derived from outside of the sport, which means it's income derived from the fame that the cricketer has, and the fame is a direct function of the opportunities he gets and whether he's able to shine, etc. And that creates a second stream of income, and for the Indian captain to be benefiting on this second stream of income by virtue of the fact that he creates this clique, it's not a coincidence. They all are a part of CSK. They all, Ravindra, Jadeja has very recently been inducted into CSK. So all of this is what is very different. And Diana probably, she's thinking of endorsements as being very small, etc., and is not maybe familiar with the kind of numbers that, the kind of numbers that Indian cricketers successful.
I agree.
So 15% of anything that they pull in is a very big portfolio, and it's an income stream, and the income stream comes by virtue of the fact that you are the Indian captain. So there is a conflict of interest.
No, but then who manages?
No, sorry, I'm
So
sorry.
he's allowed to select, and he's allowed to create stars, and he's allowed to take the money.
So I'm not sure if, first of all, the question here is this. Please understand, you see, Diana and Atul, please understand this. Dhoni also has other businesses which have business with Rhiti, with this company. So the company that manages players also has joint shareholding with Dhoni in other companies which have in the business of, one of them is licensing Dhoni's name, right? One of them is in the business of setting up gyms. So you see, it's fairly complex, but not beyond comprehension, Atul. That basically you can't. I would have said it. I would say the real one. You can't do business with someone. You can't do business with someone whose business it is to make money for players of the Indian team, of which you are the captain. Okay. You can't. You can't classically do that. That's crossing the boundaries of propriety. Atul.
I got it. I think if you put it literally, you are right. But let's put things in perspective. It is looking really sinister and serious and bad in the current background of what has transpired in the last 10 days. But let me tell you, we are talking about Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who can make 20 lakh rupees just for turning up for a dinner. So I think if we just presume that he was trying to make money out of these players...
No, there is no presumption. No, there is no presumption at all. There is no presumption at all, Atul. What you are saying to me is that all in the future, all Indian...
The way you put it, it looks like, it's the end of the world. It's not that serious at all.
One second.
I mean, I'm sure his intention was not to actually milk this opportunity and use this 15% to enrich himself.
Please understand that...
And he's a man of impeccable, I think, principles. Dhoni, if let me put it, because he's not like other cricketers,
Atul Vasan, I don't know who is the cricketer who is like other cricketers,
and he's got plenty more opportunities to make money just to have this.
Atul Vasan, the fact of the matter is that you have to keep your business dealings apart, and you must not, there will be many purists out there who will say you must not have direct business dealings with people whose basic business is to make money for members of your team. I mean, this is a fairly elementary basic thing. I don't know why you are saying that this is a complex issue or I'm making it out to be sinister. And you must understand one thing. One second. You must understand it's not about Dhoni. It's about all future Indian captains. It's about any Indian player.
That's right.
It's about it's about possible questions that you will about use of networks.
It's got about there,
I want Mr. Jung to come in.
I will explain to you.
Atul.
If you run down league like ICL on Times Now, and Times Group has got the internet rights for IPL, and when you run down something else and promote IPL, doesn't it come to
my question is of an Indian cricket player who can he or can he not? And the question: can an Indian cricket player?
There will be a
can he or can he or can he not? Okay, one second, Atul. One second. Can an Indian cricket player? Can he or can he not do business with companies whose basic business is to derive the maximum profit out of members who are members of the Indian cricket team? And if you feel that that is perfectly all right, and that is all right, and even if somebody has a say in a selection process, then that person can still, however, have any business, and we should go by the background of the person or the reputation of the person and not the possibility of a conflict of interest, then that is also an argument. But please hear the other side, Atul, and the other side is coming from Mr. Jung. Yes, Mr. Jung.
Atul, the position, you know it better than anyone else, that the position of the captain, especially the Indian cricket captain, is so sensitive. And of late, it has become so vulnerable that he has to be doubly careful of the position that he's in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, but what happens now is that he will be then forced to take in more and more players because they will go to him, and then you're now leaving question marks along the way. If you set this up as a precinct, imagine what happens down the line. If you allow this to run, okay, you're saying Dhoni is impeccable, he's perfect, but what happens if you allow this to run? What happens tomorrow if there's no Dhoni, if Mr. X comes in? So then why do you want to leave this question marks and allow cricket to suffer? Why don't we cut it now? And what is your problem against that?
Yeah, YP Singh also wanted to respond to you, Atul. One second.
I think the biggest malady is that Dhoni got influenced by the culture which is prevailing in the BCCI in general. When he sees the BCCI president having vested interests with CSK and then judging it, and at the same time, again, we have a treasurer who has his own company and he is taking contracts from like so many things. Now, Mr. Dhoni is saying all these things. Perhaps his advisors must have thought that when others can do and they can get away, Dhoni also can do the same.
Latika Khaneja, I would like you to respond to. You heard Atul Vasan there. As someone who manages this business, he puts it out very simply. He says, go by Dhoni as a person. Don't go by questions over whether Dhoni shares other companies, shareholding in other companies with this gentleman, Arun Pandey, who is the 84.84% shareholder at that time. I don't know what his shareholding is now in Rhiti Sports Management. He's saying don't go by whether the shareholding pattern between Arun Pandey and Dhoni or others close to Dhoni, whether they have similar other businesses in which there is, where they are again enmeshed. He's saying don't look at all that. He's also saying don't look upon this as a precedent for the future. So Atul's taking a very hard and fast position, which seems to be another version of what Mr. Dayal said, that this is the way things are, or what Diana said. She said that, well, that's the way things are now, right now. This is the way things are. I don't know if things will change.
Yeah. Arnav, can I come in 1 minute?
I'll let you come. I'll let you come. Just one word to Latika Khaneja, Kishore Bhimani. Hear the other side. There are all opinions on the program. Latika, please.
Yeah, I don't want to cast aspersions on Dhoni, but if I put myself in Arun Pandey's position, which is, I guess, the same, we're on the same level in terms of what we want out of our businesses. I think the greatest USP I could ever have was to say that I have the captain, and don't worry, the captain is also very interested in who gets selected and who doesn't get selected. So if you join my company, there's a definite edge here that other people don't have. Perhaps this is Arun Pandey's way of getting more.
But there's no proof that he ever said that. To which the counter will be, there is no proof that that Arun
that's
Pandey
why
was...
law has a
One second,
presumption
one
clause.
second,
No,
let
there
me-
is no proof. I'm
there is
just
no
saying
proof that Arun
that could be
Pandey
the
ever
only
said that.
benefit.
Yes.
Yeah. But that is the only advantage that one could have, or the reason that perhaps they conceived of a company. You want something when you conceive it to be successful. Perhaps Arun Pandey or whoever else was involved in the decision making decided that this would be a great way of attracting talent. I don't know.
But Diana
because
raised
what
a
would
point.
I do if I wanted to attract talent?
But Diana doesn't agree with you again. Yes, Diana. 4 minutes to the debate. Diana.
Yeah, I just want to know one thing. What is Dhoni supposed to do? He's the captain of India. It's not his fault he's the captain of India. Today he's got a vice president post in India Cements. What is he? He's not supposed to take up a job because of India Cements?
He can take up whatever he likes. He can have an office running for...
No,
Not at all. He can have any other companies except managing players.
Why? The players.
Diana, if you were a player, Diana, if you were a player, who would you go to?
Yes, I am a player. I know that. Jang. No, I'm
but
sorry.
You would go to Dhoni, right, Diana? You wouldn't go to anybody else. You wouldn't go to...
Don't they fit in the Indian team?
Kishore
Are they in the
Bhimani.
Indian team because of Dhoni?
Kishore Bhimani, 2 minutes left in the
don't tell
debate.
me that,
2 minutes on the
I'd like to
Newshour
make
debate
two very
tonight.
small
Kishore Bhimani.
points,
Kishore
While in
Bhimani to
Rome,
Diana
do as
Idalji.
Romans do.
Kishore
This is what
Bhimani,
I can see.
Kishore Bhimani to Diana Idalji. We are closing up the debate in a few minutes. This is no. I know there are different points of view.
I'm just
but Mr.
answering
Bhimani,
Diana
yes.
Idalji. I don't think she's fully aware.
Who's not aware?
Of the laws relating to this in England and Australia, which are very relevant. All retired players in Australia.
Yeah, we don't follow
and in
those
England
laws.
Go into two
We
or three
don't follow
professions.
those laws,
Celebrity
Mr. Bhimani.
management. Celebrity
These are general
management is a
constitutional
very big-
principles.
Can I say
That's true with
Just
England.
one line.
No,
That's what
I
I'm saying.
request the House to let Mr. Bhimani complete. I'll
This
come back to you,
law
Mr. Vasan. No,
is taken
Mr.
as
Vasan.
seriously
Mr.
in
Vasan.
England and Australia,
Sorry,
not in
Mr.
India.
Vasan and
Never
Mr.
been taken
I'm not
seriously.
interrupted.
Mr. Dayal and Mr. Vasan, I request you that Mr. Bhimani, let him please complete and then I'll come back to you once he completes his points. So I seek your indulgence. Please, yes, Mr. Bhimani.
Very quickly, Arnav, very quickly. In UK and in Australia, there are very stringent rules. A lot of people, a lot of ex-players go into celebrity management, they go into sports management, they go into sports goods supply, like people like Greg Chappell and so on. They have done in both Australia and England. But there are strict rules that any kind of management companies, like Latika has, like we have in Calcutta one company, we used to have Mark Mascarenas, a lot of these celebrity management companies cannot have a current player, whether it be soccer, whether it be cricket, whether it be footy, Australian rules football. The thing is very simple. There are laws that you cannot be party to it. You may not be doing it for the money.
Problem is our BCCI,
said the correct thing.
our great
20
BCCI.
lakhs mean nothing to,
our great
Dhoni. But he may be helping Arun Pandey. Why should they go into a business which is actually in conflict with your game? That's it.
Because our great BCCI, which has turned a blind eye, Mr. Bhimani. These are, when you ask these questions, then people look at you, their jaws drop, their eyes go wide, and they say, which world are you living in? And they tell you, well, what do you expect? This is the way things are today. And don't live in the 18th century. ऐसा ही होता है is the kind of response we get. चलता है, ऐसा ही हो रहा है आजकल. This is India today.
You used to say chalta hai. This is the chalta.
I never say chalta hai. I hate chalta hai. But Atul Vasan, I see two hands go up. Miss Idalji, I'll have to give Atul Vasan and Mr. Dayal, who is getting increasingly upset at being made to wait. 1 second.
Believe in status quo.
No,
who's the status quo?
Thing.
Like this is what everybody,
what
these people all believe in status quo. If wrong is going on, let wrong be perpetuated.
This is just a Mickey Mouse compared to the real conflict of interest in Indian cricket. And let me tell you, there is no Rhiti Sports without Dhoni. There is no Arun Pandey without Dhoni.
Okay, now that's okay. Mr. Dayal, quickly. Mr. Dayal, 1 minute left. Mr. Dayal.
Getting this 15%, otherwise 100% is owned by
Mr. Dayal, 1 minute. Yes, good. Last word to Mr. Dayal.
But that doesn't mean that Dhoni is trying to...
Okay. Mr. Dayal. What is Dhoni's fault? Yes, Mr.
Dhoni's only fault is that he is the captain of the Indian team. Otherwise, nobody would have been sitting here and discussing about this issue.
Of course.
If you would have been only one of the players of the Indian team.
But you are right. But you are right. So
you're true when you're putting up your point or no. I think you're 100% correct.
No, Mr. Dayal, not Mr. Dhoni.
My view was, in every sphere of life in India, like even in high courts, this issue is not taken, it happens. So if you want to make stringent rules in India,
No, High Court will never.
Then you put Dhoni behind.
Will never appease at these things.
Yeah, you're wrong.
No, I think, the question here is this. You see, the response from Rhiti Sports has been fairly technical and legal. While one doesn't dispute that, the question Times Now has raised today is about the question of propriety, and as Atul conceded right at the start, the question of ethics. And what we are assembled here today is to discuss whether it is ethical. And can this be brushed aside, these questions of propriety? I leave this to our viewers. I thank you all for participating in this debate here today. And I hope that the day is not far, Atul, on a lighter note, that we can come back to discuss the other side of cricket, which unfortunately neither you nor I nor Diana Adalji nor Mr. Jung nor Mr. Dayal or Mr. Bhimani or Latika Khaneja or YP Singh seem to remember anymore. I want to discuss that. I want to discuss deliveries and bouncers. I don't want to discuss this forever.
Yeah, let's go after the bigger sharks.
Well, let's do that. Thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour Debate tonight. Thank you.